Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75, and welcome to a Transformers Titans Return upgrade set review thingy. Yes, this is a upgrade set for Titans Return Overlord that I picked up at TF Nation. Now, I really wanted Overlord, and I was prepared to pay a little bit over the odds for him because that's what you do at convention time, isn't it, really? Some you want to get a bargain on, but there are some figures you want, and you know if you see it, well, you might just end up paying over the odds, and that's what I sort of did, probably. But I don't mind doing that occasionally. Right, so anyway, so this, and then I saw this, actually. I can't remember what stand it was on. It was the one, sure someone out there knows, it was the one literally as you come round from In Demand Toys, and then as you turn the corner right, then on your right, literally directly on that corner, is this stall, I think. Or was it the next one across? Can't remember, but it was one of those. And they were selling this upgrade kit. And it was £19. It was a little bit more than I was expecting them to say, to be honest, for what you actually get, but I wanted it because I wanted him to be sort of like, not perfect, but at least better than just having a little headmaster gimmick and this, where you stick a couple of heads in, which was a bit weird to me. So anyway, so what you get is this. This is what it's called. This is the Overpower Upgrade Kit, and it comes with just this little bit here and this little bit here, and a screwdriver and a blue block, but I'll come to that at the end. And so there's a nice little picture of what it's intending to do. Right, so anyway, and then it says some stats and stuff if you're into all that stuff. I don't know if it's going to zoom in on that. There we go, it's got some stats, all in either Japanese or Chinese. And this is the little box it comes in. Again, like I say, £19 for this little bit. Thought a bit pricey, but there we go. I'll come to him in a moment. So what you get in this little baggie, you get a couple of screws, you get a tiny little screwdriver, and you get two little engine plates, basically. And all you've got to do is you take the Titan Master that you get with Overlord, which is this little guy, I think he's called Dreadnought. And then you basically have to, if I can get him out of focus, because it's just focusing in on what's his name there. So basically you just take the screw out, just here, and then you're going to take his faceplate off, and you're going to come to that in the end. And then you take one of the engine blocks. Now I'm pretty sure I got these around the right way. I did have a look online. So this is the engine block it comes with, and it's quite cool. I'm going to try and make sure it sort of like zooms in. There we go. And that is quite a cool little engine block. It's not the best. You can tell it's been 3D printed, but it's all right. And then you just take one of the screws and you screw it in, and it should be just a case of swapping them over. Unfortunately, it isn't that bloody simple. Sometimes the screws just do not want to screw in. The first one I actually done was, I believe it was Terrible here, who I'm using as a extra little Titan Master figure, hence the little bit over there. Because it has the best colours to work with, though I might swap him around with Twin Furno's one, because he's like a white colour, which I think is better. But I'll see about that in the future. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't have too much of a problem with that one. I think I had masses of trouble with this one. It just came apart from this little gold bit to the blue bit. So I had to use super glue to super glue it all together. And then I actually managed to get it to sort of like, eventually get it to screw into place. And then I just put loads of super glue around the screw as well. So it's good, stuck fast for now anyway. So that is it really, and then that turns your two little headmasters, or Titan Masters, whatever you want to call them, into little Power Masters, which is pretty good. And this is Dreadnought, and I do like, if I can get him out of focus, so I'll focus on this little guy. And he's quite a good little Titan Master. I like him. He's very reminiscent of one of his old G1 Power Master engines. Now, these are okay. These aren't the best, but they do in the short term. I'm sure there's going to be a better upgrade kit out there, probably from Perfect Effect or something like that. But this just fills the gap out, you know. So anyway, so he still transforms the same way, and then now he has an engine block. Sounds like it's raining outside. Sorry about that. And then he, much like the little gimmick where we just stick people's heads in it, you can just stick him in, and now it does stay in there relatively well. Like, you can turn him upside down, he ain't going to come out. You can bang him around, he probably won't come out. But it doesn't actually stay in there, it's just a bit of force friction, whatever you want to call it. And so we can transform this guy. And again, this is the little engine block he comes with, and it's a nice little reminiscent one. It's just, I was thinking of getting the Takara version of this, but I didn't like the look of it. They've just literally either moulded in a couple of tiny little things, and it don't really look great. So anyway, so then we end up with this. Now you can't close the doors properly with them in. As you can see, they're ajar there. So that's quite cool. So to transform it, you're going to have to take them out. But that's cool, because then you want to put them in the cockpits anyway. Now I'm going to come to his head. Now what you do with the faceplate you took off Dreadnought here is you get a blue block. Now I'm going to open up his little head here. He comes with this little blue block. It's in the sort of like the shape. I can't get it out actually. I jammed it in there. I was going to do like a step-by-step guide to this, but then I realised it weren't worth it because nothing was going right with it. It was taking me ages to do it, so I gave up on that and I thought I'd just show the end results really. So yes, it comes with this blue block, which is in the shape of the folded up Titan Master. And then it comes with a hole all pre-drilled that you just stick the faceplate on and stick a screw in. And it should be as simple as that, but it ain't. I had to kind of drill out the hole that was already there because the faceplate little nubbin little bit where the screw goes through does not fit in properly. So I had to try and drill that out because it just weren't sitting right. Took me ages, but I didn't have a drill bit, not handy, so I just used a Stanley knife, which is pretty silly of me. But it just needs like drilling out a bit. But also, it was too high. The faceplate that sat way too high. So when you actually got it in there, when you closed this up, the eyes were literally still tucked up on the top of this forehead. So what I had to do is I had to get the Stanley knife and cut out a portion downwards from the screw, allowing the faceplate just to slide down a little bit more. So when you jam it in there, it actually reaches the proper level of what his normal Titan Master would. And then when you close it up, it looks okay, if I can get it. It's hard to see because of the light, but his eyes are in the right position, which is kind of cool. And then he ends up being a proper Power Master. And the head now becomes redundant, so you can't take him out, but you don't need it for the transformation, so it should be okay, as far as I know anyway. I haven't actually transformed him yet. And the end result actually is pretty cool. I do love it. I think this is a great figure. And one of these things I was going to say about this figure, I don't know if anyone remembers, is it Armada Tidal Wave? I saw one of him, TF Nation, and he's quite a big figure, isn't he? Does anyone remember how much he cost when he first came out? I'm sure it was either £25 or it was £30. This guy will cost me £60, which is probably a little bit excessive. So let's pretend it's going to be 50 in the shops. You know, that's almost double the price of what Tidal Wave was. And he was a bigger figure, had more plastic and was better built in a way. I mean, this is very ingenious. I like it. But the plastic and the hollowness really does show on these new figures these days. And it's just weird how low they've come in that respect. I mean, engineering-wise, they've come on leaps and bounds since then. It's just a shame that when they were giving us good, solid figures, they weren't already producing ones like this, really. It's just a shame. Because, you know, he's got these giant gaps here on his fists. I'm sure if Wei Zhang do a bloody knockoff of this one, making it bigger or something, they would cover them up and everything like that. And if they did do a bigger one of this, I'd be all in, because it is a great figure. I love the look of it. He's just great. I love him. Anyway, right, so that was just a basic look at that upgrade set. I'm sure there'll probably be better ones coming out. But if you can get this, I'm not totally sure exactly where you get it from, to be honest. I mean, if anyone can let me know, that'd be great, and I'll put it in the description or something. Right, that has been Graham, the Collector 75, with Titan's Return Overlord upgrade set. And I shall see you all next time. Don't forget to give my video a big thumbs up if you like the content, and of course you can comment. It's always nice to hear your comments, and of course you can subscribe, and of course you can, if you want to, you could do something else. Can't remember what it was. Thing was now. Oh yeah, that was it. Use the little coffee link below to support my channel. And of course, other than that, I'm going to say bye bye for now. See you all next time.